Miami Beach is a world-class city where art and culture take so many amazing forms. From performance art to music and museums that are always surprising, there's thought-provoking entertainment round the clock in our vibrant, tropical and historic city. One of the world's most important art fairs calls us home, Art Basel Miami Beach, which draws an international audience every year. And our city encourages creativity with plenty of free, family-friendly art and culture events and public art pieces. And who could forget about the sensational overnight performances that make up Sleepless Night, our city's largest free art and culture extravaganza. In Miami Beach, art and culture are not just 24/7, they're 25/7. There's so much to do, you need the extra hour. Hi, I'm Ileana Bravo, Chair of the Miami Beach Cultural Arts Council. Welcome to MBCulture, coming to you from the new home of the Miami Beach Cinematheque, here on the ground floor of Miami Beach's historic City Hall. During the next 30 minutes, hold on while you get an eyeful and an earful of the cool and current creative scene on Miami Beach. Coming up on the show, we're revving up for an arts and culture overnight extravaganza. We have a guest who will fill us in on the city's Sleepless Night event. But first, a look at all the many locales that host art and culture in our vibrant and tropical city. The Bass Museum of Art, founded in 1863 in the heart of Miami Beach, collects and exhibits some of the finest art the world has to offer, from old master paintings to sculpture to tapestries to contemporary pieces.
John and Joanna Bass gifted over 500 works to the city in exchange for the city maintaining and operating and housing and displaying those works of art.
The museum occupies what was originally the Miami Beach Public Library, one of the oldest buildings in the city, designed by Russell Pancoast.
Completed an expansion in 2002 where it more than doubled the size of the museum, which now has 35,000 square feet of exhibition space.
The City of Miami Beach works in conjunction with a board of trustees to run the Bass Museum of Art.
One of the great things about the museum is that they try to bring a wide array of exhibits.
Right there in the middle of the park where not only residents can find it, but visitors and tourists. And I've always had a membership there. I think it's great.
Portions of the permanent collection, as well as exciting temporary exhibits, are always on display at 2121 Park Avenue in the center of the Can-Do district. For more information on the Bass Museum, log on to bassmuseum.org. And remember, residents always get in for free. Jackie Gleason tuned America's TVs into Miami Beach. Now the theater named for him has moved into yet another exciting chapter. The stage lights are up at the Fillmore Miami Beach at the Jackie Gleason Theater, and Live Nation is booking the hottest acts.
One of the things that we've done with each of the Fillmores is we've changed the colors of the walls in parts of the venues to what we call the Fillmore Red, which is kind of like an oxblood red.
That Fillmore Red is also incorporated in the drapes and the seating.
Another major change that again ties into all the Fillmores is the gallery, which will include some posters from the original Fillmore, which are the famous psychedelic posters, as well as images of past performances at the Jackie Gleason Theater in Miami Beach.
Over the years, the Miami Beach community has become accustomed to a variety of programming, and that tradition continues. To find out who's making their way to the Fillmore Miami Beach at the Jackie Gleason Theater, log on to livenation.com. Right next door is our city's urban green space, the Miami Beach Botanical Garden. The 2.7-acre garden showcases colorful flowers, soothing ponds, and serene greenery, and is always free of charge.
The two main collections that we specialize in are orchids and bromeliads.
This tropical oasis not only features a Japanese garden and a Florida native garden, but also can host parties, events, and meetings.
I walked through the gates and You have beautiful flowers, beautiful palm trees, it's manicured, it's well taken care of, and I thought, wow, this is just perfect.
The garden was opened as a city park in 1962 and is now operated by the Miami Beach Garden Conservancy. It's open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 to 5. For more information, log on to mbgarden.org.
The Byron Carlisle Theater was built in 1968 and ran as twin cinemas till about 2001, at which time it was left abandoned. The city decided to purchase it in an effort to revitalize the building and also stimulate some redevelopment in the community.
$1.7 million renovation means a full stage, lighting, and sound systems and 304 seats. With a diverse lineup of performances from film festivals, dance festivals, to flamenco, this theater is waiting for you.
I think the Byron is great for small and medium-sized arts programs to come in and do their productions.
The Byron Carlisle Theater is located at 500 71st Street. To learn more, check out MBCulture.com. Another North Beach staple is the North Shore Bandshell on Collins Avenue and 73rd Street. Originally known as the North Shore Community Center, the bandshell was built in the early 1960s by Norman Giller. It's an excellent example of Miami modern architecture, with its decorative breeze block and concrete canopies. Today, the bandshell is used by many different artists for a variety of events. Don't miss your next chance to enjoy a show at this open-air venue. Want to plan an event there? Just call Parks and Rec at 305-673-7000, extension 2650.
The Colony Theater was built in 1937 by Paramount Studios and was the home to world premieres such as Gone with the Wind and Lawrence of Arabia.
It was then owned privately by a man named Samuel Kipnis.
He would bring in these European films and stand on stage and introduce them and then screen them for a nickel. Eventually, Mr. Kipnis passed away, and he left the Colony Theater in his will to the city of Miami Beach.
That was in the early 1980s, and in 2002, the theater was renovated, from the stage house to the technical capabilities to the facade, which was returned to its 1930s glory. Now the performances are just as eclectic as our city.
We have the Miami Lyric Opera, the Gay Men's Chorus, the Miami International Film Festival, and the South Beach Comedy Festival.
The beautiful theater is located on the corner of Lincoln Road and Lenox Avenue. Log on to mbculture.com for details. After a quick break, we're going to entertain and inspire you to mark your calendars for November 5th, when the city will host its third Sleepless Night event. Remember, you can stay in the art and culture loop at mbculture.com. It's the perfect way to keep up with the exhibits and performances at our museums and venues. Just sign up for the Cultural Arts Events weekly listings.
The age-old art of sharing has taken on a new modern twist on Miami Beach roadways. This is called a share-row, and it means drivers are sharing the road with bicycles.
Wow!
Drivers should treat bicycles like another vehicle, and cyclists, a share-row is your cue to ride in the middle of the road, safely avoiding the dangerous car door zone.
Oh no!
As you can see, there are no bike lanes along Washington Avenue. Instead, the shared lane concept is peddling a new era of safe transportation onto our streets. Please bike and drive safely.
We live in an evacuation zone should a hurricane strike. Are you prepared? You should have an emergency supply kit ready to go. And you should have a 2-week supply of food and water on hand for when you return to your home after a storm. And remember to prepare for your pet's needs too. For a complete list for your kit and other important hurricane preparedness info, click on the Hurricane Guide on your homepage at miamibeachfl.gov.
Hey your boy DJ Irie, and you're watching MBTV, the station of champions.
Miami Beach is dishing it up. Now through October, we've got your ticket to a perfect evening. Catch a fabulous show at the Miami Beach stage door at the Byron Carlisle Theater and get a fabulous deal at participating North Beach restaurants. It's easy. Present your theater ticket at any of the participating restaurants to receive a 15% discount off your bill, either before or after the show. Dish, North Beach Dinner and Show. It's your ticket to the perfect pairing.
Welcome back to MBCulture. I'm Ileana Bravo. Today we're talking with Miami Beach's Cultural Affairs Program Manager, Gary Farmer. Thanks for being here, Gary.
Thank you, Ileana.
It's like old home week here.
Absolutely.
We're talking Sleepless Night, which has become a signature Miami Beach event. Tell us when it started and its origins. How did it come about?
It started in 2007. The Miami Beach Cultural Arts Council was looking for a signature cultural event to remind everyone that Miami Beach was still at the forefront of arts and culture, even though the Arts Center had just opened. Mm-hmm. We modeled it on Paris's Nuit Blanche, which started in 2002, and was quickly picked up by Madrid, Rome, and now 15 cities around the world that dedicate an entire night to free cultural programming.
That's unbelievable. So I mean, basically, November 5th from sundown to sun up, it's just an arts fest out here.
From 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. It's actually 13 hours because that's the night we changed the clock back from daylight savings time.
So we do get the extra hour.
We get the extra with the 25/7.
And then the city just literally shuts down, but in a good way. Free events, wall to wall.
Free events, about 150 events at 80 locations, more or less, from 5th Street, actually from the Jewish Museum of Florida below 5th, up to North Beach, to Normandy Fountain. Divided into 4 zones. We run free shuttle buses all night to get people around, so you can leave your car and not worry about it.
That's one of the most important things, because everybody always freaks out about coming to Miami Beach. There's no parking, and this makes it easy. Free shuttle buses, even for off-site
yes,
residents.
You can park on Watson Island if you prefer, and we have shuttles running back and forth, or up in North Beach in the North Lots on Collins Avenue in the 80s. We have onboard arts programming to keep you entertained while you're getting from one place to another.
Very chic way to come on here.
And these are great, they're luxury buses.
Yeah. So Gary, with all this talk about free, who's paying for all of this? Not our tax dollars, I hope.
No, well, as you know, the Cultural Arts Council provides some seed money for us, but the vast majority of funding comes from government and private grants and corporate sponsors. In 2009, the Knight Foundation, John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, recognized Sleepless Night as one of the most important cultural events in the region. And again, this year and for next year, they're providing terrific funding. So they are our presenting sponsor. The National Endowment for the Arts granted us $40,000 for this year's event. The state of Florida, $25,000. We get significant funding from the Miami Beach Visitor and Convention Authority, from the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, and from private companies like Ford Motor Company and Coca-Cola. So
in these tough economic times, that's a gift. So
it is such great exposure. I mean, Sleepless Night's 130,000 people is more than twice as many people who come for Art Basel, for instance. We had over $1 million in local television coverage on premium cable channels like Bravo and MTV and CNN. So it really provides a lot of bang for the buck for supporters.
And we're going to continue to get more national media exposure, you were telling me.
We do. We're working with a national PR firm this year for the first time, and already have a great article in Travel and Leisure and more coming.
Tell me about some of the premieres. I know you have numerous headliners coming from all parts of the United States to perform here.
We have about a dozen premieres, world premieres, Florida premieres, and some South Florida premieres. We have Project Bandaloop coming from California, probably the premier aerial dance company in the country, performing a new piece called Boundless on the face of the New World Center. So they'll be using the soundscape wall. They interact live with projected images, and even their musicians fly up and down the surface of the building.
I'm sure the soundscape wall is going to get its use that night, isn't it?
It's fully programmed. Octavio Campos is creating a new piece called Please Don't Hate Me, which will be at midnight, which involves at least 80 yogis and performers, dance performers, and projected images.
And then I hear we also have some giant fish that are going to be parading on Ocean Drive.
Saruga, who is a street theater company from Barcelona that made their U.S. debut last summer at our Miami Beach Convention Center.
With the giant insects.
With the insects, which was incredible. They're bringing their show Fishes to the U.S. for the first time. It will be live on Ocean Drive. We're going to close the street. And it is street theater at its best. It's really exciting and fun.
So for the first time, you're going to close down Ocean Drive a la Art Deco weekend.
Yes, yes. We feel that Ocean Drive is really the perfect place for people to end their night. We have activities in North Beach, in the Collins Park area around the Bass Museum, and on Lincoln Road and City Center. But as things wind down in those locations, we're hoping that everyone will make their way to Ocean Drive. We have some spectacular things going on there.
It sure sounds it. And in 2009, we had over 100,000 people, which translated into millions of dollars for businesses. We expect it to be even bigger?
I hope so. We had a 30% increase from 2007 to 2009. We showed a marked increase in hotel rooms. We generated, we think, about $6 million in revenue for our businesses.
Wow, so they're excited. They want more.
They love it. They love it. The years we don't do Sleepless Night, they complain. So that's one of the reasons we're moving to an annual schedule starting this year.
So from here on in, it's going to be
every year on the first Saturday in November.
Wow, and I hope that the hotels will be very cooperative and give package rates. And
hotels are offering great packages. For an arts lover, it's the best weekend to visit Miami Beach because the hotel room rates are low, airfares are low that time of year, and you have your choice of 150 free top quality events.
So sharing in with the Art Basel weekend and all of that. That's great. Tell us how people can find out more information about Sleepless Night, Gary.
Our website is sleeplessnight.org. We update it regularly. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And the night of the event, November 5th, we will have information booths set up in about 10 locations around the city. So there'll be people to answer your questions.
So stay tuned because we're going to keep giving people a lot more information. Gary, as always, great to be here with you.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you for joining us. And I know I'm looking forward to being one of those many insomniacs out that night. It's one of those events that really sets the bar for art and culture in our city. So a short break and we're back with a look at some of the colorful and creative art and culture events that call Miami Beach home.
So do you have the info?
It's all here.
So it's true?
Yes, there's the document.
So if I get a permit, purchase an irrigation sub-meter, I can save money on my water bill?
Yes. If you water your lawn frequently, installing an irrigation sub-meter can result in significant savings.
Where'd you get your information?
It's all online on the City of Miami Beach website, miamibeachfl.gov.
Who's your contact?
You can get all the information from the Public Works Department online or call 305-673-7681.
So what's with the trench coat?
I don't know. Thought it was gonna rain.
Where can you escape the ordinary while being entertained and inspired? It's all happening at Miami Beach Soundscape. The city's hip urban space by day transforms into a music and motion masterpiece by night. The city's weekly cinema series takes place on the Exo Stage at Soundscape. Find a spot on the lawn and enjoy all the action for free. Weekly movie listings at MBCulture.com. Soundscape, an escape from the ordinary.
One of Travel Channel's sexiest beaches in the world.
One of TripAdvisor's top 10 beaches in America.
This is Miami Beach.
South Beach rocks.
Attracting tourists from all over the world, visitors and residents enjoy our vibrant and sexy beach year-round.
We're from Sweden. We love South Beach.
Miami Beach.
24/7. There's so much to do, you'll need the extra hour.
everyone. You're watching MBTV 77.
Welcome back to MBCulture, where Miami Beach's art and culture scene is in focus. I'm Ileana Bravo. A few minutes ago, you heard how to take part in the city's signature Sleepless Night event on November 5th. But art and culture events are year-round. Here's what else is in store for you. When it comes to dance, one troupe, hailed by the New York Times as among the best in the country, keeps our city on point. The Miami City Ballet, in the heart of the Can-Do district, is a state, national, and international company that dances all over the world. Their beach studios are a well-choreographed community jewel with something for everyone.
One of the cool things about this building and this space is that there's 8 different studios. And while the company is rehearsing throughout the day, there's little girls in pink leotards and pink tights running around, watching through the windows and taking class.
Make sure you see a show. Get the point at miamicityballet.org. When you asked us for more free, family-friendly cultural events, we answered the call, and Arts in the Parks was born. This diverse cultural arts series has something for everyone, from tango to Shakespeare, opera to jazz.
But I'm very happy because this is very important for us, for our community, some music and culture for everybody for free. So I hope that this is going to be every weekend, no?
Well, not every weekend, but once a month at different parks around the city. Just log on to MBCulture.com. It's the perfect way to keep up with the exhibits and performances at our museums and venues. Just sign up for the Cultural Arts Events weekly listings. Lincoln Road laughs loudest at the annual South Beach Comedy Festival. Each January, famous funny people split sides at our theaters and a free stage at the Euclid Oval.
We've had some of the top people in the comedy world, everything from Dane Cook to Jon Stewart and Bill Maher, Kathy Griffin, Lisa Lampanelli, Artie Lang.
The Comedy Festival happens in partnership with Comedy Central, and the channel promotes the hilarious happening to viewers months in advance.
Last year, we sold tickets in 29 different states, so we know that this is attracting a lot of tourism to Miami Beach, as well as the local folks enjoying it.
Put some comic relief on your calendar. Details at southbeachcomedyfestival.com. The Food Network's South Beach Wine and Food Festival is a national, star-studded 4-day event showcasing the talents of the world's most renowned wine and spirits producers, chefs, and culinary personalities. Coming up on its 7th year, this gourmet gala is held every February on South Beach's sparkling shore. Make sure you satisfy your senses at SoBeWineAndFoodFest.com. There's yet another sizzling scene in our city, the film festival scene, that is. The Miami International Film Festival happens every March at venues including the Colony Theater and the Regal South Beach Cinema 18. Now in its 25th year, MIF is a gateway for international and Ibero-American cinema. Get the real deal at MiamiFilmFestival.com. The Miami Gay and Lesbian Film Festival and the Brazilian Film Festival of Miami call South Beach home, and the Miami Jewish Film Festival also screens in our cinematic city. We're cinematic in more ways than a few. Miami Beach's cityscape glams up movies, television shows, and music videos around the world. Learn about our historic and picturesque Art Deco architecture on an Art Deco walking tour.
A walking tour, you can take the time, and our guides are very well trained, and we have just a lot of information that we can really dispense about the history, about the architecture, that you can't really get in just sort of a drive-by or just in a couple of seconds going through these areas.
Tours happen daily and depart from the Art Deco Welcome Center at 10th Street and Ocean Drive.
January means Art Deco Weekend, an annual celebration of our unique urban beauty. hundreds of thousands converge on Ocean Drive for the occasion, celebrating with street performances, music and food, as well as art and collectibles.
This is truly the right kind of architecture at the right place in the right setting, and it's lasted for this long. How wonderful and lucky we are.
The deco's in the details at mdpl.org.
Art Basel Miami Beach is the most important art show in the country, and it happens right here in our city each December. As the sister event of Switzerland's Art Basel, the most prestigious art show in the world for the past 39 years, Art Basel Miami Beach combines an international selection of top galleries with an exciting program of special exhibitions, parties, and crossover events featuring music, film, architecture, and design.
The art that you can see here is everything from modern masters, paintings, sculpture, video art, photography, installations, performance art. You basically have every medium of 20th and 21st century art that is currently being done in the art world.
It's the perfect synergy of art and good weather and beach. So.
It's my favorite week of the year.
It's an essential art fair.
Containers was an idea that Art Basel developed, and it almost has become the signature image of Art Basel Miami Beach.
As we go down the procession route,
the art balloon parade was done by Art Center South Florida, and they took 15 artists and they did a parade that went along the water on the beach.
We take this as an opportunity to do something that's outside of the art spectrum.
There isn't another city in this country that knows how to produce a citywide event of this nature.
Put some art on your agenda. Details at artbaselmiamibeach.com.
On the next edition of MBCulture, we take you inside the landscape makeover changing up the Miami Beach Botanical Garden. And we talk to the founder and director of the Miami Beach Cinematheque, about its recent relocation. From festivals and fairs to dance, theater, music, museums, and more, Art and Culture Miami Beach is 24/7. There's so much to do, you need the extra hour. I'm Ileana Bravo. Thanks for watching MBCulture, and I'll see you out there on the scene.
You're watching MBTV 77.
Listen up, parents. According to safety experts in Florida, over 96% of child safety and booster seats are not installed properly, which is why the Miami Beach Fire Department is offering free child safety seat inspections. To schedule a one-on-one child safety seat training session, please call Inspector Michelle Vieira at 305-673-7123.
Miami Beach is dishing it up. Now through October, we've got your ticket to a perfect evening. Catch a great show at the Miami Beach stage door at the Byron Carlisle Theater and get a 15% discount at participating North Beach restaurants.
Dinner and a show, it's the way to go.